like Lola should be in my lap, make us look a little bit cuter. There we go.
Welcome back to another episode of Sit, Sip, and Talk Shit, where Kacey has indeed joined us. I'm sorry for last week, guys. We couldn't get our shit together, and it's holiday season in retail, and yeah, that's all I've got for you. But we're back. The dynamic duo is back, looking homeless, and yeah, welcome.
Thanks. I was just letting that intro go because I was really enjoying it. You were just kept going.
I'm just
I loved
rolling
it.
with it this week.
Yeah, and in your
Fucking tired.
in your defense, like it's, I just feel like this winter has been, like it seems like the day it got really cold, everything just like switched and everything went from like rainbows and butterflies and sparkles and sunshine to
Dark
straight
storm
yeah,
clouds
doom and
and
gloom.
shadows.
Yeah, and we've like, I feel like your birthday was really the last little glimpse of like fun, happiness, and then everything just kind of went to
Then
shit.
it was all downhill.
Yeah, and
we
we've
can
just
talk about it.
we've just been on a downward spiral since. So
Keep the names private, but we could talk about it.
definitely.
Yeah. So Kacey came to talk to you guys about how she planned my surprise birthday party and pulled off a 2 month long,
2 months.
2 month long secret that me, as an FBI agent who has the location of every single one of her friends, never picked up on. And if you ever wanted to know why I'm oblivious when people like me, there you go. there you go. The signs were all there, and I did not notice a single
A
one.
few people even like told me that they let it slip and you still didn't catch it. I also know that it's like in the middle of holiday, so I was like banking on things being chaotic, and we just also so happened to hit the day where there was that massive wreck on the interstate, and everything, like it didn't matter where you were, if you were within like a 20 to 25 mile radius of downtown Nashville and outwards, like
Yeah.
in all areas, it was just standstill traffic everywhere.
Yeah.
I work literally like less than 3 miles from my store. It takes me 15 minutes on a bad day to get there, and it took me 2 hours to get home.
Yeah.
And you guys were coming from like all the way across
All the way
town,
across
and then had to
town,
come. It was insane. So
Yeah, it took me
Yeah.
2.5 hours to get to my house.
thank God, because we would not have pulled it off had we not done that. And
That's
like
just so
everybody got there, everybody was
Everyone
there.
beat me there.
Thank God. Well, I told everybody 5 o'clock, and no 5:30, thinking that if you left work at 5, you probably get home by 6, take Lola out, get to me by 6:30.
Yeah.
I don't think you got to me till what, 7:30, almost 8.
Yeah.
But thankfully everybody was there already, even our surprise friends. Yeah, and thankfully we pulled it off. I would love to say that it was, well, we just had all the things working against us that day, but ended up working very much so for us.
It
It was stressful
like
until all the
against-
pieces were together.
Yes, it was against us, but almost like no, because I think if I had left work on time, I may have beaten some people.
Like I was hurting in the last of like the few people when you were like,
when I was getting to my house.
no, like you were on your way already, and I think at that point, I think like maybe Chaley and Mark were like the last of the bunch to get in, and I literally was like,
Oh, that's
okay,
right, 'cause Chaley had
everybody
to go
get in.
home
But you had,
first.
like, when I was getting her from her car, you were already like, someone had your location, you were already on your way. Like, you think you were on Bell Road. Like, by the
Oh,
time you
damn.
got into my
I was
complex,
close.
I was like hurting them in. I was like, everybody
Get
out of
in
the windows,
corner.
like, yeah. And then I saw you coming down. Like, I had just walked in and then grabbed a drink and then walked back out, saw you, and then like came back in and was like, everybody
I
shut
still
up.
find it hilarious how oblivious, like right there in front of, like Casey's backyard-ish, like her back
Side yard.
patio, like it's a small side yard that backs up to where I drove past, and she's like literally grilling and has drinks, like she's got a whole freaking party setup going on
Yeah.
out there. And I looked over because I noticed your blinds were shut.
Yeah, because my side door is right there, and that's
And I
the door that
always
Kristen
walk
comes in and
yeah.
out of.
And I'm like, this bitch closed her blinds because I keep walking in this damn side door.
Not the
And
reason.
not even once noticed that there was I was just so out
There was
of it.
like 2-liter drinks, like
Yeah.
Coke, Pepsi, Sprite.
You had
Dr.
the grill
Pepper.
going for
I had
crying
the grill
out
going.
loud.
I had like all of our like alcohol drinks. Like it was freezing out, so I just put all of our cans
was
outside
so
on the table
tired.
because it was so cold. So, and I greeted her, When do I ever leave my house
don't
and greet
know.
you at the
Yeah,
door?
you met me
All of my
outside.
blinds are closed. When are my blinds ever closed? When you come to my house, you know
Never.
we're like light, doors
That's why
open,
the
like
blinds I
windows
thought was
open.
weird.
Yeah. And I literally was outside. I was like, "Hi, welcome. You made it." She was like, "Thanks." She goes, "I really needed this," and a hug. She goes, "I didn't kill anybody today." I said, "I'm so proud of you. Like, I am so proud of you. We've had a day, haven't? Because
It was.
we all had a day. I also left work that day and was like on just a tangent
Yeah, I
to
think
Rachel,
work-
and then you
yes.
like joined in
That's
with it.
right.
I like ranted to Rachel for like 30 minutes, and then Kristen joined in the middle of that, and we're all doing this while we're all driving to my house, not knowing that this is what this is for. Like
No
me and
clue.
Rachel know. Like Rachel's coming into town. Like that's when you know. That should have also. Well, okay.
But
well,
you guys had like
we-
said like
yes.
let's do a girls' night on December 3rd. Let's watch Christmas
So
movies.
yeah,
Help me
let's
decorate.
take it. We'll take it all the way back. So for those of you who are like, what are they talking about? I threw Kristen a surprise 33rd birthday party, back in like October, like early October.
Yeah.
Kristen was like, I'm gonna throw her birthday. For those of you who don't know, her birthday is December 9th, and it just is. When you work in retail, that is the thick of retail holiday already. Like we are in this shit, okay? So like, there's just no.
Good times.
Yeah, so Kristen's like, oh yeah, we're gonna celebrate my birthday. We're gonna do it on a Saturday night, and we're all kind of looking at her like,
Well,
who's
I've done it
getting
before.
off on a Saturday
Well,
and a
here's the plot
Sunday?
twist. You were off this past Saturday.
I
I,
w-
wanted to do
Well-
it.
Well, I was. I wasn't supposed to be. Wasn't supposed to be.
What a
Yeah,
plot twist.
I would be the only one there though.
You
It was a,
it would have been you and me.
would have been a one-woman party, which listen, we have done before, but in my defense, you said you were gonna do like a murder mystery themed 33rd
I
birthday
did.
party on a Saturday. We could have worked that day. Then really we just need to take the Sunday off. But we're all like trying to figure out how we make this work, and we're just like, Kristen, like, you know that if you do a party at 6 o'clock, if we work till 5, we won't leave until 7. We'll fuck up everything. Like, it's hard to do that on a Saturday. It's much easier to give yourself a deadline on a Tuesday and holiday and say I have to leave by 5 o'clock this day rather than like a Saturday. Like we could have done
I'm
it.
gonna say this with as much politeness as I
Fuck
absolutely
work. We could have done
can.
it. Yes, I know.
Fuck work.
Yes, I
Friendships
know.
over work, but also, can we just all look at some other managers who take off Saturdays in the middle of December? But we couldn't do it.
Well, I think there's a lot of managers who do whatever the fuck they want.
Because
But
I'm like, you know what? Looking back, like, and guys,
Yeah, like,
they
weekends
didn't. This was
don't-
not a gentle shutdown. They straight up basically told me,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
I'm not doing that. And I was
felt
just
bad.
like, no, we're not going to do that. And I'm like, damn, I've done it in the past. Like, I've thrown birthday parties in Nashville in the past on a Saturday night, and we've all just like gone out. So I'm like, why is
Just
this
not
your-
conducive to our friend group. Listen, could I have gotten the Saturday off or could I have left at 5? 1,000%. Rachel would have been hard, but Kristen, you and I all know it doesn't matter who gets off and who doesn't get off. You and I both know that you would be the one to miss your own birthday party
would
because
be.
you were at your store. Me and Rachel will leave. We'll leave at 4 o'clock. We'll
Oh
leave at
my
5 o'clock, right? Like,
God.
I left at 4 o'clock that day for this. Rachel left at 4 or 3 so that she could get here from Bowling Green.
Yeah.
To like do our what we were quote unquote telling her was a girls' night, but it was actually her surprise 33rd birthday. So like, listen, we could have gotten the time off,
So
but like,
was the
it was
girls'
just a
night
hassle.
Ever a girls' night?
No, there was never a girls' night.
I really thought it, to this moment, I
You thought
really
it was a
thought
girls'
it
night
was
that
like a
morphed?
girls' night that
No.
just more.
No,
Oh.
it was not a. So when we shut you down hard because we were all like, Kristen, we are not managers who can take. I don't know, managers taking off in the middle of December, like in
Yeah.
the holidays. Like that's just crazy, right? I think even like leaving at 5 o'clock is like a hard thing for us to do sometimes. So it's like, let's not go down that route. So we were like, okay, Kristen, we love you, but no. So and it wasn't even just like me, Rachel. It was everybody. Everybody was like, you're fucking crazy. We're not doing this. Get out of our face. Goodbye. And I
Whoa,
felt
whoa,
bad.
whoa. You know what? Shout out to Tyler, because everyone but Tyler, because Tyler's like, I will make anything work if I can.
There you go. Shout out to
Shout
Tyler.
out to Tyler.
Tyler is the only one who's going to be able to make this
Thank you.
Saturday in the middle of retail work.
Thank
Which
you.
doesn't Tyler also work Saturdays? Okay. Anyway, and Tyler lives
So
states
shout
away.
Out,
Shout out to Tyler. So immediately you were like, okay, you came back a few days later. You were like, okay, I give up on the birthday. I talked to my therapist about it. Not the world doesn't revolve around me. Like whatever, I'm fine. And I was like, man, I feel bad. I was like, we were a little harsh on shutting the birthday down. And you know me, like of all things, like my birthday is my favorite holiday of the
Yeah,
year. And
same.
birthdays are very big. And like,
I think, and I will be honest and say, I think that's kind of what hurt my
Yeah.
feelings. It's like I have friends, like their birthdays are the thing, but
Yeah.
for me it was just like,
You
oh,
have
I'm
a
gonna
horribly
shut.
timed birthday.
Yeah, like a
Thanks,
horribly
Kenny.
timed birthday, and to have friends whose birthday mean a lot to them, just be like, no,
Yeah.
we're not doing that for you. I was kind of like,
Damn, y'all suck.
yes,
Fuck my
yes.
friends, bitch
Like,
asses.
I
Yeah.
need new friends.
Yeah. So, this I know, and this thought process went through my brain because I said I love my birthday, and if people couldn't do what I needed them to do for my birthday, then they don't love me. And that immediately went through my brain. And I was like, I do love her though, and I want to make her birthday special. But is there any way that I can just not do a Saturday and Sunday? Like that just feels like a lot for retail managers. Like period. Doesn't matter who you are. You can do it, yes, but we'll always leave our businesses going. Shit, I need to be there. I'm
Yeah.
letting somebody down. Like it's the manager guilt that you don't want to deal with. So I was like, okay, let's not do that. So I was like, okay, what's another option for us? Well, we are retail managers. The weekdays are not bad. And that first week of December, you're getting busier, but you have some flexibility. So I was like,
a
okay,
little reprieve.
exactly. So Tuesday, we decided on a Tuesday night, knowing that we usually all take off Wednesdays. I don't. I normally have Tuesdays off, but I just swapped the days. So, but I knew we'd be able to get Rachel out here if she had the next day off, and you had the next day off. I knew that. And I said, okay, well, Rachel, can you do that day? She said yes. I said, great. I'll start sending out invitations. And so we all made sure we took off the 4th on that Wednesday. And then we were like, we'll just work on Tuesday because there's no use of burning a day when we're not going to party until the nighttime. But this way, if we wanted to drink, we'd be fine. We'd be able to, like, chill, not have to go to work. All good. So that's what we did. So we planned it. I put it in motion. I did a little Evite. Oh, someone's got to show you the Evite. It's so
I've
cute.
never seen the Evite.
It's so cute. It's got a little ornament with, like, a party face on it. It's like, we're celebrating. Yeah, he literally goes like this. Yeah, it's super cute. Yeah, so I sent Evites, Kristen. I literally sent Evites.
That's impressive.
And all the homies got invitations. Damien and Joe got invitations. They're in Louisiana.
Yeah.
We had Alabama people. We had... Oh, I invited Tyler.
Sure, yeah, she told me.
Tyler tried.
Yeah.
And I invited Rita.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she was like, I don't think...
Carolina.
She's like, I won't be able to come. And I was like, totally fine. I know you'll be here for Christmas. But I was like, here we go. So I invited literally everybody except Kenny. I do feel bad about Kenny. Please extend my sorry to Kenny. Because Kenny was pissed.
He did not get the invite.
And Kenny totally would have come too, which is the best part.
He would have.
But if Kenny came, people would have died. So it's good that Kenny didn't come. But yeah, so I sent out the Evite, and I was like, guys, people literally would have died in my home. I would have had to call the police. Like, it wouldn't have been good. It would have been really
Nobody
ugly.
would have left.
No.
He would have been like, nobody's leaving until
Yeah.
I get to the bottom of why my daughter is crying.
Yeah. Yes, that's how our party ended, with Kristen in tears. Love that. Love that for us. We'll get there. It was still the best birthday ever.
It
Admit
was. Honest to God, it was the best birthday ever, even though it ended in tears.
Well, the night at my house ended in tears.
The night did not end in tears.
We did not end the night there.
At the house birthday party
Yes.
ended in tears. We continued on.
So, yeah, so everybody got there. I rounded up the whole squad, and I told everybody, I said, don't tell her. I want this to be a surprise. She does so much for us. I feel bad that we all shut her down her birthday so hard. Like, let's make this Tuesday, like, night work. It's everybody just suck it up and get here. Get your ass here, and let's make it a surprise. A few people definitely spilled the beans to her, and she didn't even realize.
Yeah.
Thank God. I'm very happy about that. But all in all, it worked.
Yeah, Tyler.
It totally worked. Tyler said something. I think Rita even said something. Our friend from California also flew in too.
Yeah.
And that was a complete surprise. So we really, listen, best party ever. We got all the people. We got the cross country people coming out here. So it was a one. And
that
and
was a good surprise for all.
And we drank and we ate and we had a ton of fun. And we danced to music. And unfortunately, the night did end in tears. But in my home, it ended in tears.
Yeah.
But
we kept going.
We rallied, and I looked at her and I said, because this is also a Christmas pajama party, because Kristen loves
I love
Christmas.
Christmas is my favorite.
So I made everybody wear Christmas PJs.
And everybody did show up in Christmas PJs.
Yes, and I was very proud of everybody. I basically used if you don't show up in Christmas pajamas, think of how disappointed Kristen's going to be in you. I texted that to people. Yeah, I literally texted that to them.
That.
I texted that
My
in the group.
disappointment is, it's like having a mom look at you and say, I'm not mad.
I'm just disappointed. Yeah, and I don't want that ever to come out of your mouth. So, Christmas PJs it was. What the queen wants, the queen gets. So we had drinks galore. Super fun.
Good time,
yeah, it was fan. And then we went out downtown after. We dragged our friend.
A great time.
Well, you know what? I'm going to throw this back on him for just a second, because I do not believe I was the first one to bring up going out downtown. I do believe there was the tremendous amount of things happening, and then it kind of died down and settled, and then
Yeah, no, we talked
and-
about it in
and
the
then he
middle of
went-
the party, I think.
thank you. Okay, so it wasn't me. And he
No.
said, "Oh, we're going downtown," and I said, "We're going downtown." So I put my jeans on, put my rock revivals
But
on.
she
I put my rock revivals on.
said, I got the rocks.
I got the
the
rocks.
blingy booty.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
go.
And we took our asses downtown.
Yeah, we did.
And we
We
had
danced
a
and had a
damn
ball. We
That was
did.
so fun. Successful
It
night out.
honestly was very successful.
It was chill. It was low key. It was a Tuesday night on Broadway, which
It was just
if you
me,
live in Nashville,
Rachel, and Thea's.
yeah. Which if you know Nashville on a Tuesday night, it's still lit.
It's still lit.
It was freezing, so not a ton of people were out. But it was nice because then you go into a hot, sweaty bar, you get a little hot and sweaty, and you go to the next one.
And on a Tuesday night, it's still lit. You still have like,
You can still be a fool.
yes,
In
you
the
can
crowd.
still be a fool, and there's still a crowd, but it's not as bad as like
You have to sweat on someone. You
yes,
can feel
a
someone's
Saturday
breath
night.
on your neck.
It's not as bad. Like that, like MGK night was a blast. I will forever live. That will go down in history as top 3 nights.
I love that I was there for that.
Like actually, that might just win number 1. Like I'm just
Wow.
MGK giving me that hug
Yeah.
will forever be the highlight of 2024.
The video after for me is always the funniest thing.
when I'm
He
just
asked
like,
if he could give me a hug, and then he gave me
Hug me.
a hug. He hugged me.
touch me.
I was like, oh, okay, Kristen, yeah.
I was in a trance. Like
Yeah.
that will go down as the highlight of 2024. But my birthday party's a very close second.
Hell yeah. I was there for the top 2, baby.
And I'm just
That's why I'm your best friend for the next, how many more weeks do we have?
you
6
still
more?
got
4
6 more weeks.
Hell yeah.
6 more.
Best friend, folks. Then it's up for grabs.
6
See, then,
more weeks.
then I'm just going to have to top myself. I'm going to find a holiday to top myself. This way I can snag the best friend spot again. Another 8 weeks.
Another 8 weeks.
2
bitch.
terms, baby.
2 terms. 2 terms. There are no limit to the terms. Keep going.
I'm here for it. Listen,
Valentine's Day.
if I do it enough, I will not be here. If I do it enough,
That's right.
if I do it enough times, I'm just convinced I will take over as your best friend and it will be fine.
It's so
I'm kidding.
That's so funny. Yeah, she threw a pretty epic party, and she got everybody there, and she got everyone to, for the most part, keep the secret. And
Yeah.
it's just so funny because I look back and I like remember Tyler slipping up and me not even catching it, like not even thinking about it. They
Thank
slipped
God.
up at the store
Of course they did.
the day of the party.
See, this is also the issue is I'm impressed with your team because you're friends with a lot of your team and a lot of them were coming.
Yeah.
And I was afraid that someone was going to say something at work. And I was going to have to murder all of them.
And they didn't say anything, but the day of the party when
Wasn't it Chaley or something?
yes, she didn't like say anything. It was
So
just
see you like later. You're like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
it was just like everybody was like the accident happened and you could see on your phones because we all check our phones how long it's going to take us to get home, and everyone's like, holy fucking shit, like did you see this giant accident? Everyone who works in the general vicinity of Nashville will text you when there's like a huge accident. And I think the interstate was shut down, and we were leaving. Chaley and I were actually leaving early, I think,
Yeah.
because it was dead as a doornail, and we were like, okay, well, we could probably leave early. I even got permission from my boss who knew about my party and kept the secret too.
Thank God.
Like, and I think that's the funny part is like everything leading up to the birthday party, like the night before, Monday night, I went to dinner with Kyle.
He knew about it, and he
And-
was texting in the group chat in the group chat while
Yeah.
you guys were at dinner.
Like,
He was like, she has no idea, and we were
None.
like, woo.
Because it was snowing the night before. It was snowing the night before the birthday party. It randomly snowed, and I was at dinner with Kyle, and he's like, "Oh yeah, what are you doing for your birthday?" And I was like, "Well, not really anything." And he was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Well, maybe a girls' night tomorrow with like Kacey and Rachel, and we're gonna do Christmas movies, like super low key, nothing crazy, and I think we'll exchange gifts or something." And he was like, "Oh, really?" And I said, "Really?" And he was like, he's texting a lot because they had a group chat that they're texting in. And he's like, "Oh, sorry, my family group chat is like popping off or something." I said, "Oh my God, mine too," because I was texting in my family group chat. And so I just
Not a
sauntered
family
off
group
into like a
chat.
story about my I'm like, "Oh, well, this is what's going on in my family group chat." And he's just like,
Not the family group
Not
chat.
the family group chat.
Meanwhile, he's texting us like she has no clue. Guys,
None.
I'm
I
telling
none.
you. Because at the end there, like the day before, I was like starting to grill everybody. I was like, "Who spilled? She knows.
Nobody. I had
Someone
no idea.
told her. Who messed it up?" I said, "If I find out and you don't say it, I'm gonna kill you." Like I was like,
Literally none.
I got like in it. I was like, any of you, like they were in my house, and I was like, if any of you ruin the surprise, I'll kill you. And they're like looking at me. I'm like,
Or if you think about it, I left early the day of the birthday party, and Jaylee and Charlie were both scheduled till 5, and I was leaving early, so I told Jaylee, I was like, well, you could leave early too. And then I was about to walk out, and Charlie was like, well, what do you want me to do? Like, can I leave early? I've got nothing else to do. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. As
Everybody's
I was walking
leaving
out
early.
the door, like, I was just like, yeah, whatever. I don't
they
really
were
care.
just right behind you.
Never even, and normally when Charlie asks me to leave early, I'm like, no,
Well,
we're scheduled till 5.
yeah,
Find
like,
something to do.
Yeah, literally, there's always something to do.
So I always find him something to do. And for whatever reason this day, my brain was just like,
Whatever.
whatever, I don't care. I'm 5.
Party mode. It was a rough day all around. Like it was a rough manager day. It was a rough employee day. Like it was just one of those days where like it felt like nothing was going right.
Yes.
And then the wreck like really added on top of that. And then we were all stressed about other things too on top of that. And then like
The wreck sent me over the edge.
yeah, we were all like by the time we got to the house, like I didn't have time to like process anything. Like especially with like our friend from California showing up. That was a complete surprise. And now I'm like, okay, well like get into my house. Hi, good to see you. But I cannot process any of this right now. And like literally like put everybody into the house. You came into the house. You're like surprise. You had no idea why anybody was there. I had to tell you. And then
I think that was the funny
and
part.
then
is me being like,
immediately I just started taking drinks to the face because I was like I cannot do this right now. Like it was like I'm gonna start crying for a plethora of reasons.
yeah, it was immediately like, come on, you're gonna come up here. Come on,
No, she like doesn't commit.
come in. All right, you come.
Oh.
Unicorn to the dome.
Not the unicorn blood.
But yeah, it was successful.
Hell yeah, it was.
My face was.
Best party
cr-
ever.
I've watched that video several times,
Best
and I
party
just laugh
ever.
at my face being like,
You like genuinely had no idea why we was there. Like my mom is greeting you. She's on the steps. Like why was my mom
I
standing
know,
on
I'm
the
like,
steps?
I think she was on the phone.
She was.
And I like look up and I wave at her mom, and then I turn around, and everyone
Surprise!
yells.
And she had no freaking clue. And we pulled off the surprise. And then after that, I breathed. I didn't breathe for 2 months before that. I was like, no, we did it.
She was like, "Who told you? Did you know?" I was
yeah,
like, I really
she's like, I had no
didn't
idea.
know."
I was like, tell me. I was like, tell me if someone told you. Someone
I had
told
no
you.
clue.
It's like, thank God. And really, everybody kept their trap shut. So
Yeah, they did. And anything that they did slip, like it just did not register.
it went right over your head.
I think
Thank
Rita
God.
said something about like, "Oh yeah, well sorry." Like she said something about Tuesday night, and I was like, "Huh?"
I think because we also had like a fallback for it, like it wouldn't have been uncommon for anybody to know about girls' nights. Like because we have to plan our girls' night like so far in advance
Yeah.
that like we would have told people. Like girls' night for us is equivalent to basically a party because we never get to see each other.
Yeah.
So like a girls' night for us, we were like, oh hell yeah, like we were ready for it. Like you guys are sending me like crafts, and I'm like, haha, yeah, I'll get that. And I'm like, bitch, we're partying.
I did. I sent Casey crafts like we
I
could
was
do
like,
this.
yeah. I was
We
like,
could do
yeah.
this.
I was like, I love that so much. We should definitely do that. Meanwhile, I'm like stockpiling alcohol in my house.
So funny.
Yeah, we drank and we were merry.
Yeah. I just find it funny that before the party, my boss was like in my store that day, and he had said something to me about like my plans because I was gonna leave early, and I was telling him, he's like, "Oh, what? Like, where are you going?" Knowing where I was going, he knew where I was going, and I told him, I said, "Oh, I'm having like a girls' night with Kacey and Rachel," and I said, "Kind of for my birthday," and he was like, "Oh, that's fun," and I was like, "Yeah," and I was at my desk, and he like leaned over, he goes, "Gosh, I hope they do something nice for your birthday tonight or something." And I like poked my head around the corner and I looked at him. I said, "Yeah, they better." Like as a joke.
Little
And he
did she
just-
know.
He just laughed, and I'm like, "Oh, he laughed because he knew the whole time."
Little did she know that he knew. Even he knew.
No clue. None
Yes,
at
that
all.
was a special thing. That was my payback in a nice way.
That was
my
good.
good karma after
was
we
really
shut
good
your
karma.
birthday down hard.
That was
And
really
now
good
I'll
karma.
never shut your birthday down hard. Whenever you like the weekend of your birthday will always like there you go. That's yours.
Like-
I'll make sure it's a national holiday.
In my head, it is.
I mean mine too. I mean
I just
When
think
asked-
birthdays deserve to be celebrated.
I agree. When asked what my favorite holiday is or what I would want like a significant other like one of the holidays of the year
birthday.
that's like important that like I would want my significant other to spend with me, immediately my birthday. No hesitation. No Christmas, no Easter, no Valentine's Day, no New Year's. Immediately without hesitation, my birthday. The whole week is mine.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
The first year that I was in 306, Charlie asked me, which I don't even know why he bothered asking me because he got my name for Secret Santa. And he like asked me, "Is your birthday or Christmas more important for you to get a
Birthday.
present?" And I said,
Both.
"My birthday."
Yeah.
Like if I have to pick, like both because my birthday and
you
Christmas
can't jip
are
me
on
out of
par.
presents. Get out of here.
Yeah, no, I feel about that. But I told him, I said, out of the two, my birthday is more important, which I find funny now because he was trying to figure out if he could get me just one present. And he couldn't because he had me for Secret Santa, so we
Good.
had to
Good. Good.
like, yeah, suck it.
Yeah. That's how I feel. I'm so sorry to everybody who has December birthdays.
Yeah.
You get anybody who has November or December birthdays, you get gypped. I'm sorry, it sucks.
You do.
Get them 2 presents. Just get them 2 presents. That's it.
Like I get it. It's right by Christmas.
No, I don't get
but
it.
like
I don't get it.
if
Why is
you have a
Jesus's? Well, I can't go.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah.
Me and Jesus share a birthday month, and while Jesus is very important to some,
Jesus is not important to all, so why do I have to
why do I
prioritize
have
my?
to yeah,
my
I was
birthday?
born.
Yeah, like I'm
Okay,
sorry.
Jesus, we share. Sharing is caring. Isn't that what you
You're
teach?
lucky. If Jesus' birthday was June 27th, Jesus who? No thanks.
I'm polite enough to share. Okay?
No, absolutely not. Not on my birthday. I don't share anything on my birthday.
And his birthday's the
Except happiness.
25th.
Except happiness if
Mine's
you
the
want
9th.
to.
I'm first.
Good thing.
Like I came first.
Well,
Not really, but
historically.
still. Historically, he came first.
We are talking about
Month-wise.
hypotheticals though, so it really doesn't matter.
Hypotheticals.
You know, like the
Yeah,
dinosaurs roaming the earth.
Are we gonna bring up the dinosaurs again?
No, we're not gonna
At
go
this
down
point,
that.
guys, at this point in my dinosaur journey, you would have to literally sit down with me and have a real conversation about it because I think I just tell people I don't believe in them. This
For the plot.
Yeah, it's for the plot. I love to see people get riled up when I say I don't believe in dinosaurs.
I love that for you. I think you should do that for the rest of your
I'm
life.
going to. Because I like to see them just get argumentative about it. Like, they get really, like...
I know people get
I
weird.
just don't get it. They
Dinosaurs?
obviously exist. How do you explain fossils? How do you... And I'm just like,
Just got a response for everything.
argue with the wall. I'm not going to argue with you.
I love that for you. I love that for you.
And it's so
much.
funny.
I don't even know how
But
we
if
got
you
on.
really want to know why I don't believe in dinosaurs or what I really mean when I say that, come talk to me. In person.
It's very interesting.
Or on this podcast. We could talk about it.
You might have to have a few drinks before then.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, to get me really going, you'd have to have a couple of drinks in me.
Well-
I should make Tyler's husband talk to me about this.
You should do a podcast episode on it
I should.
because that would be really
Fritz,
funny.
talk to me about dinosaurs.
He's not here. He just
He
yelled
won't, he
into
won't
a
actually.
phantom
Yeah,
thing.
he won't actually listen to this. Tyler will just tell him.
Okay, good.
He's
Thank
side-
you, Tyler.
He's side supportive.
Doing the Lord's work. Thank you.
She will listen to this. Supportive.
Damn, supportive.
So no. Yeah.
Well, did she throw you a surprise birthday party?
In her head.
She did send you the most amazing birthday
She
inflatable, though.
did. I'm so sad.
I really think you
I
should
think
keep
it's
it up
next
all
to
year.
you.
I think you should keep it up all year. I
Yeah.
think you should keep it up all year.
I loved it. It's everything.
A
I need to find it a home in here.
That's what I'm saying. You should just leave it up year round.
Like I had it in that little corner over there.
It works. It
Yeah.
works anywhere.
I'm like, I love it. I love it so much.
It
She
just
said, "Here
brings
you
you
go.
happiness and
I
joy.
couldn't be here, but here's a giant unicorn.
Blow up a
inflatable.
unicorn with a happy birthday cake. It's holding
Yeah,
a
it's
birthday
holding
cake,
a happy
right?
birthday cake. Yes.
I
It's
mean,
great. It's everything.
look with your unicorn sign and your unicorn blood.
And my unicorns, yeah, it's called unicorn.
It's not red.
blood.
Why is it called unicorn blood?
I think it should have sparkles in it, but it is. My drink is called a unicorn's blood. That's the flavor.
Yeah, I thought you were making that up and that was real. I texted you. I was like, oh god, that's real.
That is real.
Bless.
Charlie did get me a glow-in-the-dark unicorn blanket.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Glow in the dark. Why is a blanket need to be glow in the dark?
I don't know, but I get so much joy when the lights go out and the unicorns glow.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I get so much joy out of it. Every single time.
I love that.
I
for
roll
you.
over and I'm like, what's that?
Okay, now that was like main character energy right there. Something of like Aelin. She's
Gather my unicorns.
I'm I'm excited that I'm in the plot of these books, but well, I'll tell ya, this tandem read's gonna take me out. I'm tandem listening, which I thought would be easier, but it's not.
It's not. That's why when you said you were listening, I'm like, I'm not going to say anything because do what you got to do to get through it.
I can't read them. There's no way.
But like, I feel like you have to read because you miss so much information. It's so much info.
I
dumping
missed
in
so
the
much
tandem read.
information, Kristen. I can't tell you what happened through books 1 through like 5.
That's why I was trying to do a reread because I'm like, you know what? Like, I can remember the tandem read through Kingdom of Ash because
Yeah.
it's just like info dumping.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's where all the things happen. But there's what 5 books
But
before.
the books before that, I could not remember. Like, you would say things as you
And
were
you'd be
going
like,
through
"What?"
them, and I'd be like,
I would mention a character.
Damn.
This is Throne of Glass, by the way. But if this, I would like mention a character. You'd be like, "Oh, I don't even know who that is.
don't
Irrelevant."
remember.
And I'm like, "Irrelevant? They're massive to the plot right now. What do you mean they're irrelevant?"
No,
but there are
they're
so many
irrelevant.
people that books 1 through 5 are just
Like
beyond
Sorsha,
fucking.
kind of, Dorian.
Yeah,
Who
like
gets her head like lobbed.
what was the point of that?
Like,
Well, I guess that's technically like
it's to set up it's to set up who he ends up becoming.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, but like, she's so irrelevant that like I forgot who she was.
yeah. Well, she was also a spy, or she would send letters.
See, I
She was-
forgot all about
she
that.
was a spy. She was giving
Who
the
was she
rebellion.
spying on?
The rebellion. She was giving the rebellion information about the king because she worked in the castle.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, she was helping Nehemia. Like Nehemia dying so early, that shit also
That
made me mad too.
Tore me
Like,
up.
what was the point?
Yeah, she dies in what, second book?
I think
Yeah.
barely. Yeah. Like, what's the point of that? Make it make sense.
She dies from what I remember. She dies to push Aelin.
Yeah, into like becoming Aelin. Like, she doesn't want to be Aelin. Leave her alone.
Yeah, if she doesn't want to be Aelin, she doesn't need to be Aelin.
Sardathian was a dope ass bitch. Like,
Yeah,
let her
was
live.
so bad, too.
Arlen's
She really
assassin.
is.
Let her live her life. She
Yeah.
could have lived as Arlen's assassin. She was crushing it, and now she got to save the world. Like, for what? See, I think that's
Yeah.
the issue.
You
I
all
think if
forced
I was,
her into saving the world. She didn't ask for this life.
I think if I was a Fae queen and I was any of them, I'd be like, no, I'm not saving any. Like the one I most closely align with, Bryce, because Bryce is literally like, I'm not saving the Fae. Fuck the Fae. They're horrible.
Yeah,
and
she's funny.
Baxian's like, how do you know that? You're judging everybody off one person. And she's like,
Fuck
bitch.
all y'all.
Yeah, she's like literally fuck all y'all. But the only reason why she saves everybody is because nice. Yeah, facts. I'm letting everybody burn.
No, I think I relate most closely to Aelin. In like personality and like the way she thinks. I'm like, everyone hates
I
her,
don't understand her,
but
Yeah,
I
don't
love
like
her. I'm like, I get it.
I think if you get
her,
her, then you are her, and that's why you love her. If you don't, then it's the opposite.
like I get her. Like I understand why you do the things you do. I understand why you keep it so close to the vest till you absolutely need to. One, trust nobody.
Yeah. Arabin Hommel. That bitch.
And like, I don't know where you're at with Adian, but fuck him.
we don't like
Bruh.
Adian?
No.
Oh no.
No, I don't. I do not. I don't know where.
Is that an unpopular opinion
no, but
or?
Kingdom of Ash, I think, is
Oh,
where you'll
okay.
you'll start to realize, like towards the end of Empire of Storms, Kingdom of Ash is when I was like, okay, Adian, fuck you.
Well, I mean, you kind of get a little bit of a taste of that when,
Like-
like they finally, like he meets with Aelin and realizes that Rowan like was his blood oath to her.
Oh yeah, he
Because
does.
he's like,
He is a little
that's
baby
what I
back
was
bitch
born
about
for.
that.
Like blah blah blah. And you're like, bro, like, right here, it's okay. I'll protect her.
Yeah, he is a little baby back bitch over that. But then he is like in Kingdom of Ash too, like about, like as the war goes on, and he kind of comes down hard on Aelin. I think towards the end of Empire of Storms. I don't know where, like I don't know where you're at in that, but he comes down hard on her about like their allies, and he says
I
some.
like literally just finished the Skulls Bay pack.
Okay, yep. You're about to get to that part where he starts like freaking the fuck out. Then some pretty traumatic shit happens. Then in Kingdom of Ash, it all comes to a head, and I'm just staring at 80 and like, yeah, bitch, what?
I just want them all to live happily ever after. Is that so much to ask for?
Yes.
Your face right now. Your face went no.
Good luck and God bless.
I mean,
Kingdom of
really,
Ash is just like
Crescent
death,
City doesn't
death,
have a ton.
death.
No,
She kills everyone in Kingdom of Ash, basically. Like, they were all dead by the end.
You know what? Good, because she doesn't kill anybody in Akatar, and she doesn't kill anybody in fucking.
She better
Crescent
fucking not.
City.
Kingdom of Ash wrecked me.
Well, Crescent City, she does. It's a few, but no main characters.
No main character. Well, I don't know, because in Crescent City, I will never forget starting it and being like, suss this out, it's Connor. And then being just shattered 2 pages later.
Yeah. Like
what?
Danica and Connor, but those are like early, you know? Like those are like.
And it's so maddening because she sets up. It's like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. You're like, okay, Danica is her best friend.
Yes,
they're about to embark on this journey together.
More death.
Oh, Connor's like in love with
year
her.
later,
she's finally
death again.
gonna give him like a date. Like, okay, where is this going? How many books is it gonna take for them to figure it out? And then boom, death. You're like,
wow, Sarah J. Maas coming in hot. Death.
Whoa.
Death to all. But Akatar, I feel like she doesn't kill anybody, bro.
She doesn't. Thank God.
Oh my god.
That's why I'm scared for book 6.
But I feel like she doesn't even kill that many bad guys. Well, I guess they kill Amarantha.
That big
And the
guy.
King of Hybern. No,
And the King
technically
of
they didn't.
Hybern.
Did they? He did. Oh yeah, she cut his head off, right?
Yeah.
For to avenge Daddy Artron.
Yeah. In
Well, I guess she kills the dad.
that's in Akawar.
But
So
I mean, like.
in Silver Flames, I think Bree Allen does die. It's Koshi who's gonna be the big
next one.
Yeah. In book 6.
Yeah, but they don't kill any main people like Throne of Glass.
Good. Thank God.
You gotta start killing them off. There's too many
No,
of
I
them.
can't handle it. I can't handle
I don't know. I just don't know how you guys read like this. Like, this is insane to me.
And this new book I'm on right now, which is not very well known because you know me, I like to know.
The randos.
I
know.
like to know how it ends. I like spoilers. I'm weird like that. I don't want to know how they get from point A to point B, but I like to know point A and I like to know point B. I don't want to know the guts.
Ugh,
Like,
so
some
weird.
people don't like it spoiled. My sister hates this, but I will read the last page of a book before I read the first page. Because if I'm about to embark on a dark journey, I don't want, I need to decide if I'm committing to my feelings getting hurt. So, I did Google for this book I'm reading. I'm like, okay, I need to know, like, what she is, who she is. I don't need to know how we get there, but I need to know what
So you
she
know
is.
what happens at the end.
No, because I can't find a damn thing about it. And there's 3 books out there. So I'm getting really frustrated because this must not be like she must be one of those like Wattpad, you know what that is? It's like, trying to think of how to describe it. Basically, these authors go on this website, it's called Wattpad, and they just write like, it starts sometimes as fan fiction. Like those after movies and books that I love so much are One Direction fan fiction originally. And they just turn into these books and these movies that people love so much. But like, it's like fan fiction on Wattpad where like unknown authors just like write stuff.
Send me the series.
And I'm just addicted to it. And there's nothing on the internet.
So read the damn book.
I hate that I have to do that.
You're so weird. Read the damn book. 'Cause you and Rachel are like the opposite. Rachel wants no information at all.
None.
Just goes through it.
I know
has
sometimes I
reread-
have to, when you text and you like ask questions, I have to like stop myself from just like.
Well, I'm also doing it because Rachel, in the time that it has taken me to read,
She has reread Throne of
she
Glass.
has reread Throne of
has
Glass
to.
like twice,
Yeah.
and she's read like
Yeah.
a bunch of other books. I don't know
She
someone who
does.
reads like Rachel.
Yeah.
Like when people are like, oh, what do you do as like a hobby? I'm like, oh, I like to read. No, I like to listen to books. Rachel fucking
I
reads.
read, yeah.
Like, it's crazy. I'm like, bro. I'm like, do you? Sometimes I don't think she does anything else. Like, I'm like, I think
That
roll
is
it out
the
here
one
for her for
thing, I
5
think-
hours, and she'll just be reading. And I'm like, whoa.
That's like
Whoa.
the first thing that really bonded Rachel and I was to realize like, damn.
You guys can both sit in a room and
Yeah.
just fucking read for
She'll
hours
like
and hours
read
straight.
a book and I'll just keep going next series, next series, next
Crazy.
series.
Yeah, you guys have given me it. I have books to read for years. I'm not even in Fourth Wing yet. I'm not even done with Throne of Glass yet. I'm still
gonna
in
finish
this
my
tandem
reread
read.
of Fourth Wing before you finish Fourth Wing.
Absolutely.
But that one's my favorite.
Well, I can like blow through Kingdom of Ash though. That'll be an easy one.
Yeah. That one actually is an easy one to blow through.
Okay.
because it's like so there's so much going on in that book. I think it's
I'm
like
halfway.
1,200 pages.
I'm halfway through the tandem, so
You're almost there. You are almost there. You're so close.
feels like I'm
It's so
not.
far.
It feels like I'm so far away.
God, those books.
We'll
They
do.
consume my life sometimes.
We should honestly. That's probably what I need to do right now while I'm out of work. Is like just read and get lost in like a fantasy world.
Yeah,
But then I feel like it makes coming back to the real world harder. Like I'm gonna be totally honest.
I believe that.
Cause then I'm like, wow.
It does sometimes because
Especially like
that's
the
what,
romance side of it. You're like, damn, boys are not like this.
yes,
You're like, I'm sad.
yes.
You come out with this female rage. You're just like, I'm queen of everything.
Yes.
Bow down to me, peasants.
Yes,
And then none
like-
of the boys act like you want them to, and you're like,
Wow.
I'm trash. Why can't you be like
Why
me,
can't
Sam?
you-
Why can't you buy me a castle on the
Why
water?
can't you just love
Why can't
me?
you buy me an
Why
art
can't you
studio?
just, like be obsessed with me the way these boys are in
Why can't you
books?
fuck me on the kitchen table? Dang
Yes,
it.
like come on. Why is the sex not this great in real life?
Crazy. Well, no.
Oh yeah, that's true. Never mind. Let me eat my own words. But since
I say.
since we hate him right now,
Well, if we want this to become a sex podcast, then we need to put a disclaimer on it because
disclaimer. Sorry, Kenny.
we can do that, yeah, but Kenny needs to not listen, and a few other people
And
need
he
to
did,
not.
yeah.
Parental advisory on that
Parental advisory past this point.
one. Yeah, definitely. But we'll have to do it when I finish the Throne of Glass read all the way through. Finally, eventually, me, you, and Rachel. Oh, we'll do it. I'll have it done. When's our next girls' night? End of
March?
January.
Is it?
I think we're doing January for the fourth wing. The
Oh yeah, the 20th.
So I'll make sure
January
that
20th.
I have that series read and the Fourth Wing series read, and we'll do a podcast, the three of us,
Yeah.
with all of
That's
all of that.
'Cause I
We'll probably have to
open
do
on
an.
the 20th,
We'll
then
probably
I
just have to
off.
do a Sarah J. Maas one though, because it's gonna be too
Yeah.
crazy to go over with
Well,
books.
yeah, because then the three of us can talk about all the like.
We'll do our Mad Libs, Sarah
Oh
J. Maas.
yeah.
I really think Rita should like Etsy those things.
I think you should too. I have to find that.
What was tail feels weird?
Cause it is it because it's like
Feels like a rat's tail.
yeah yeah. It does.
Oh, I looks like.
She likes it. Look how calm she is. She's like,
loves it.
yeah, that's fine. I'll just get real still. She won't stop. It's like when someone starts like scratching my head, I'm like, if I just sit really still, she'll stop.
Oh yeah, she loves it. Yeah, but we'll do SJM World
Yeah.
podcast on the 20. Well, we'll drop that in that week, but
Probably.
the 21st we'll bring the gear. And
I'm
we'll do
down.
it.
Because we're just sleeping at Rachel's, right? Like, I don't have to, like, drive home after that late night, right?
Girl, I'm not going to bowling for that midnight to go home. You crazy? You're lucky I'm even be awake at midnight.
I can open that day.
The next day.
No, the next day I'll take off.
That's
But,
what, I think I might have to.
I'm
Is
opening.
the next day a Wednesday? Then I should be off, thankfully.
It's a Tuesday because I'm off 17th, 18th, and 19th
Oh, shit.
because I'm going to Maryland for that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Monday I'll work, and then Tuesday I'll take off again. So we can do.
Yeah.
And I need off because there's no way you're releasing Onyx Storm, and I'm not gonna sit at home all day and read it. Like, don't. Like, I love you guys, but on the 21st, I know Rachel will wake up on the 21st, like, look at me like I understood the assignment. Sit down, shut up, open the book.
I'll be in the backyard sunbathing, I guess. I'll listen to it.
Kacey will be next to us with her AirPods in, like,
Literally.
actually you won't even be able to. It wouldn't be out on Audible yet.
Oh, why?
Because, you know, they release the book and then they record the audio. Yeah. So you would have
I'll have to read it then.
read it.
Fine, well, I'll listen to the first two so that I can read the last one.
She sees the birds that are flying around the trash bag.
Alright.
Damn.
What you don't have.
Okay, so I'm really struggling. I'm gonna have to do a deep dive and like make a list of Psychopath or Delicious. But this past week, we were laughing at work because someone was talking about something crazy, and I was like, oh, that's psychopathic behavior. And then I looked at him. I said, or is that normal? And then I went, that's a series right there. Psychopathic or normal.
Yeah.
So like red flag.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can sit in front of it, but.
But I think, but
But
like
it has to
funny
be like
ones.
a
It
weird
doesn't have
one.
to be like.
Oh, well, I'll give you my first one because people think this is weird. So I'll take like a